This is the Canon XA20. It's one of the cameras that you have access to do your assignment. It's a great example of a camera designed for video journalism, and perhaps the best indicator of that is this. You can turn the screen around so that you can see yourself recording, and along with a remote control, it means you can effectively film everything yourself, even a piece to camera. But it's the technical quality of the footage you get from a camera like this that's also important. Remember, video journalism doesn't mean poor quality. And there are a couple of things to point out that contribute to the quality of the footage that you'll get when you shoot with a camera like this compared to your mobile phone. The first is the lens. It's bigger, obviously, than the kind of lens you'll find on a mobile phone. And in general, the bigger and better the lens is, the more control you have over things like exposure and focus. It's also got an optical zoom, and that means when we zoom in and we zoom out, that's being done with the lens. It's the actual glass moving. It's not being done electronically like in some phones and smaller video cameras. And that means we get clearer, cleaner shots when we zoom in and out. But behind that lens, there's also a bigger sensor. That means the electronics that we use to capture the image. Without getting overly technical, the bigger the sensor, the more information. So we get that combination of a better quality lens and a bigger sensor capturing more of what comes through that lens, which puts it ahead of your mobile phone, for example, when it comes to picture quality. The second thing that helps up that quality is this audio box. It allows us to connect professional quality microphones to the camera, like this handheld microphone. And when you use that with a long lead, it means that we can get good quality audio close to the source, which is often a distance away from the camera itself. Now that's not easy to do with a mobile phone or a DSLR, where we have to rely on built-in microphones that are closer to the person operating the camera than they are the person we're filming. Or if we do want to connect an external microphone to our phone, we have to use flimsy consumer headphone style connectors. Finally, the camera also allows us to change a lot of the settings via switches and menus. It has what we call a flexible manual mode. Now this camera is actually pretty clear of switches. The higher up you go, the broadcast camera chain, like these ones here, the more switches you get. Why? Well, if you're in the field and you want to be able to change things quickly and confidently, well, nothing beats a big chunky switch for that. It's certainly better than trying to unlock your phone with a Face ID when it's on a tripod. But you'll see the XA20 still has its fair share of dials and switches, and that does mean that things can get a little bit complicated to start with, finding your way around all of those settings. But we'll be guiding you through the process of setting things up, and once you've got the basics, you'll know what to look for when you pick up any broadcast camera, even one as complicated looking as that one. So dive in, have a go, and get confident with the basic setup.